Heyo everybody, XCI here for an episode of Spore Creature Creator. I'm going to create a creature here probably for the last time like this, and then I'm just going to get started in the game. I'm actually going to do a let's play of Spore from the cell mode up until space. So last round of Creature Creator where I will actively share my thoughts while I go through this experience with you, and we'll see what we get this time around. So first rule of this random generation exercise is to start with the shape that you are given in Spore. So here's the shape we're working with. This is the front end here, this bulk. So I don't touch the mass of the body itself, but then you can tweak things later on. So let's start with the head, and I'll talk my way through this. D10 for the row, D4 for the column. I rolled a 3 for the column, 2 for the row. So 3 for the column, 2 for the row. We have these pincers. So that's going to be a strange start to begin with, because normally we get something that's more like a head. Like you'll get something like a muzzle that sort of forms what could be the head, especially this horse one right here. So that's kind of interesting, and it's a massive bulk, which I don't think I've gotten on a creature yet. I haven't gotten this kind of bulk up front. So that's also very interesting to do. That's going to be a massive head. I mean, maybe the pincers go to the tail end of the creature, though. We'll find out. So senses: sight, scent, and auditory. So I rolled a completely the wrong dice there. It's a D6 for the eyes up to here, and then a D4. So I rolled a 1 and a 1. So here we go. We got this is already going to be way different than anything that's been created before. Oh, I forgot to check the access points on the mouth. I roll randomly for the access points. So we have 2 access points. I roll a D4 for each. That's a 4 and a 4. That makes it easy. 4 for me is I always just full extension on the 4s. What the hell is that up front? Well, that balanced off the massive bulk up here, though. That's kind of that's a good thing, to be honest. Okay, then we got the eyes. So we have one node, one axis node. So I rolled a 3, so I go all the way out. I just see the range that I'm playing with, and I go all the way out and then just pull back a little bit. That's 3. If it was 1, it'd go all the way down. 2 is just all the way down and then a little bit up. And there you go. There's your eyeball stalks. Now we have the noses here. It's just one row, so D4s will suffice. We got a 3, so we got a pig nose going on here. I don't know. I'm gonna put it right by these weird pincers here. To start, we have one node on this, so let's roll a D4 for the node. We got a 2, so that's what it could have been. I've used this nose quite a bit actually, so just a little bit down and 2 goes up. So there's our nose. Now we could do something like this where, I don't know, what does this look like? Just flip it upside down. That, you know what, I'm gonna keep it flipped upside down, because why not? I'm going to leave that. Okay, and then we have the auditory, the antennas and the ears and stuff like that. So I roll a D6, D3, and then a D4. And we got column 3 and 2. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 2 and 3. We have these antennae. So, I mean, we could more like lobster it a little bit and put them down here by the mandibles, maybe like that. Like, yeah, maybe we treat them more like, oh, there's 3 axes. Okay, this one gets all spirally and out of control. I'm not a big fan of this one for that reason, but here we go. So we got 3. So this is a huge range here. So let's pull it back a little bit for 3. We have 4. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. That when it does that kind of crap, it just messes up everything about, like, I don't even, what was the last point? 3. So all the way up, let's see what the range is, and then a little bit down, right there. Okay, so now we have a shape that changes everything. Let's you know what, there we go. They're gonna be like these like catfishy kind of whiskers, or mandarin whiskers. That's fine. And then we're gonna pull them up a little bit if I can. Where's my circle? There it is. Oh yeah, but this is where it gets all weird, because it wants to, it's all twisted and stuff, right? Like it wants to do something else because of the shape. and when I start messing with it, the shape doesn't do what I'm wanting it to do. I'm pushing it into a certain direction, but it will not do what I want it to do. So I'm going to leave it there. I'm not going to get hung up on that because I could easily get distracted here. Bipedal or quadruped. My dog's rummaging around, so ignore those sounds. So I rolled a 4. It's used biped is 1 and 2, quadruped is 3 and 4. So we're playing with a quadruped. So I skip the arms. I move straight down to the legs. I roll a d6 and a 2. So I rolled a 2 for row 1 and a 3. So this becomes our first set of legs. This is going to be interesting because I can. This shape is going to be fun for this creature. And then I roll it again. 6. So that's row 3. And 3 again on a d4, so column 4. So we can go. So this is where it gets interesting. Like this area here could easily be the midsection, like almost like a greyhound or a horse, right? So it's kind of just leaner and then hits like the back end, the hind legs. Or, which is what I'm thinking, this we find out what this might become, but we do something like this, and we put the legs in the bulk area, maybe low, because it looks insectoid. So maybe it has more of an insectoid body, you know, like more like a grub or something up top. So it's the bulk is carried on these legs that, you know, that are more insectoid than anything. Now, well, we'll find out if like the feet themselves become insectoid. That would be an interesting that'd be an interesting kind of accident, but let's just do this. That's the hands. We're not going to do the hands, but what I do in this I roll a d8, because if I roll an 8 and I hit blank, I will add new appendages. So it's a 1. So we're still not gonna get ourselves more than, I rolled an 8 this time though. Something with 6 limbs. So we have an 8 this time around. We have a 3. So okay. Alright, whatever. And then we do a d8, d4. We have a 4 and an 8. Did I just roll? Oh, it's just the advanced version of the same foot. Well, that was awkwardly convenient. This lag is all mangled though. That's okay. So there's definitely going to be axes on these feet. So we have a 4 and we have a 2. Oh wait, yeah, just a little tweak there, and then and then we have a 1 all the way down, and then for the back foot we have a 1. Well, that's gonna be weird. I might flip these if this goes if it doesn't make sense. I mean, this again, I've said this before, these creatures don't make sense, but wait, why do I only have 1? What? Oh, it was a different foot. They don't always make sense, but I like to at least be able to perceive them as something that makes sense. So you know, what I mean by that is I started thinking about if this creature was supposed to function in some sort of environment, how would it move? How would it, like, what would it need its pieces for, right? Like, I get this, it's like a lobster, right? I get it. That's like its mouth, that's how it eats. This is how it detects food, maybe vibration in the air, vibration in the water, right? The eye stalks are to get around things like rocks or corals or maybe stones. Maybe it's a land creature, and I'm seeing aquatic right now because of the feet here. But then the feet is like, well, why does it have the big feet at the front? That doesn't make any momentum sense, right? Like, it's going to waste a lot of energy up here. So what I'm trying to say is I'm going to flip these. Now, this was the easier one to do, so I'm going to flip this one back here because I already forget what I did. I believe it was just a 1 or something. Yeah, okay. And then let's move these back, and now you can have these like kicking legs for swimming. I guess I could always bend these around too. Nothing says I have to have them all mangle-lagged. Again, how does this work in the water? Like this extra joint. How does this extra joint work? Okay, let's just even it out. Let's just even. Okay, let's increase. Let's start. I gotta work with this just a little bit here because I want to balance out the legs somehow. Let's go. Let's move this up a little bit. Move this back. Fairly certain you guys can hear my dog sucking on his paws. I hate when he starts sucking on his paws like this, man, especially when I'm recording. I can totally hear it in this mic. Oh well, I'm gonna keep going. So let's see, bring this down a little bit. I've got the feet. Let's do the items, the weapons. So for weapons, I roll a d4 and I see how many weapons I have. If I roll a 1 to 3, I have 1, 2, or 3 items. If I roll a 4, which I just did, it's no weapons. So this thing's weapons are the mandibles. I'm gonna leave it at that. And then I do details. Same thing. I roll a d4, 1, 2, 3, that's the items, 4 is no items. I rolled a 1, so we have 1. And I roll a d10 and a d4 again, so I have column 1 and 8. So we're working with, what does that say? Bone knee pad. So we're looking at things that in theory should be knee paddy kind of things. So let's start with that. And then maybe, yeah, but now he's got such a massive body. How many points do I have? I can probably like do kind of an armor. Let's see how big this, because I'm fairly certain, yeah, this one has messed me up before because of the size. This can turn into a massive plate. So we have 1, maybe not, and 1. Oh my. So that doesn't help that theory at all. So let's do. Do I do something where he's just maybe a pattern? Maybe I work on some pattern. Maybe up the side. Yeah, let me work on something on the side here. We have this one piece, and so the rule now is that's basically the creature. Nothing. I mean, that's just the way it rolled. But what I get now is this opportunity to just keep repeating pieces until the creature has wasted all of its DNA points, or whatever these spore points are called, the budget. So I'm going to go with this little bit here first, because I want to see if I can create some sort of just what was it again, 1 and 1 or something, right? Oops. Some sort of pattern, some sort of thing that when the painting happens after the painting layer, it'll create a nice pattern for the end creature results. So that's the goal behind this. I'm just gonna go right down to the back there. Bring it down, bring it down. I'll work with, you know, how to lay these things out after I get a couple of them on. I'm really just trying to find out what is going on here. How much money, how many of these pieces I can put on the creature before I run out of points. That's really what this is all coming down to. So all the way down, all the way down. Yeah, I mean, look at all the points. I could probably, this is going to take me forever to do, but I think I can probably, okay, so I take some liberties after I get the basic model done. I take some liberties and I start to resize the pieces, just you know, if I feel like they can add value as different size pieces. So I'm going to go up the edge here. I'm going to increase these just slightly along the mid section here, and I'm going to work my way up along the center, but just get it so that it adds some variation along the middle. Oops. I mean, ideally I'd like to create like a shell around this thing, but that is going to take so much time. And it's not that I don't want to do it, but I am recording this video and I don't want you guys to sit through something. I'm going to start bringing these things back down to the smaller size, the 1 and 1 that I initially rolled, which is this piece down here. And I think that's okay, and then let's just keep it going. I know you, yeah, you're getting something done. You're a pretty base creature, though. Let me tell you, you're very frugal. You're very frugal with your cost, insectoid thing. Okay, so now we have that, which is, I think it's a cool pattern. I think it's a cool pattern considering the simplicity of this character. Maybe it'll all come down to the color of the creature, right? So I'm not too worried. We have a lot of money left over, so I don't want to put more mandibles. I can put more eye stalks. We can see what the eye stalks look like. Was it these stargazer ones, these first ones? I mean, it's not, I don't see why he can't have an extra set of eyes. He is kind of, you know, sea creature-y. I mean, not that sea creatures have more than one set of eyes, but he looks kind of like he belongs in some alien terrain under the sea. some. Oh, no, I don't want to do that. I want 4. I don't want 3. Okay, and then what did I do? It was like smaller ones. I'll just go smaller with these, and I'll turn them slightly. Both of these. I want them look forward, buddy. You gotta look forward, buddy. Danger's up ahead. Okay, so there's that. I could add the extra limb. I really don't want to, not yet. I want that to be a special moment. Okay, so I can't add new feet. Yeah, this is it. I am gonna keep going with this, and I'll keep talking. But if I feel like I'm going way too overboard, I'm just going to speed through this, despite me still talking my way through it. I'm just gonna get through this part and get to the painting stage. There he is. He's on the move. Dog's on the move. He's gonna settle down again, and I can finally stop hearing that infernal. So friggin' annoying, man. Okay, I think it's over. And then we have maybe 1 in the middle here. And let's just maybe go, yeah, small with it as well. Maybe I can still fit. Oh my gosh, what have I done? I can still fit 2. Oh, I see. It's doing this weird thing where I can't get. You know what? That's fine. Let's put 1. Oh, I see. It is kind of weird. Okay, I'll do that, and then what am I at? 795. Good gracious. Okay, let's put 1 final piece in here, and wham! I think it's centered. Yeah. And I mean 700. I mean, do I have? Maybe I have room to put a layer of pieces down here. So let's just quickly get some of these put in. Bam. I wish there was a cutting and paste, and I could swear I went and hunted down a YouTube video that showed a bunch of shortcuts for Spore, and I don't remember any of them. And I feel like I did see a cut and paste, and I saw some weird things where you can make pieces of the creature asymmetrical, like you can hold a button and then start moving it around, and you'll move the one piece you're holding but not the mirror, so like the one on the other side, or you can change, like one leg will be skewed and you could reposition the creature and stuff. But I don't remember. I didn't write any of that down. I didn't think, you know, at the end of the day I was like, I don't even know how I would randomize this. And so I feel like it would cause me more problems than it would solve, because I don't want to have to, you know, try to figure out a random way to pull that off. So that's really, I'm just lazy. I'm lazy. I don't want to do extra work when I'm trying to create a random creature. So I'm liking where this guy's going, and I feel like I can still, you know, I'm gonna get 1 by the head here, just so that there's like a nice gradual flow into the eyeballs here, like that. And oh, I'm out of points for some reason. Oh, I made the creature too complex. So see all those red parts, too many parts? That is it. Here we go. We're in the painting stage. You see that? How the pattern just kind of pops out immediately, even with like nothing done to it yet. So here's something I noticed with the creature I did, but I didn't make an episode of it because I did not enjoy what the creature looked like when I did it. There's a bar up here which I didn't acknowledge before. I thought when I clicked, you know, these pieces here, each one of them represented a color on this track. I don't know why I still had control over how to color the creature after I chose the pattern. I thought I was choosing colors. So anyways, let's just do this. This is page. I just rolled a d6 for page. So I'm on page 2. I'm going to roll a d6 to find out what column I'm on. That was a 3, so I'm in the middle column. I'm going to roll a d4 for the row. And that's a 4. So 3 and 4. So that's the pattern, right? And it just chooses kind of an automatic color for that pattern. Now, when I randomly rolled this piece right here, I rolled a d20, and then anything 1 to 17, I just counted it out. Except that these colors are not amazing. You see how this is brown? It's kind of, I think they already choose colors that make sense with the pattern to a certain degree. You don't find this color on this bar. I mean, this is the closest one, but that's not the color. You see how it's kind of bright? Everything becomes oversaturated, and it starts to look unnatural. And it's cool if you're making a creature and you want it to look unnatural, but I think there's a reason why they give you this kind of color. Unless there's a way for you to do like paint, you know, where you can change the variations of saturation. And so I'm going to just stick with the base color because I'm okay with random but I'm not okay with something that completely absurd. I like the look of my creatures to have, again, some sort of, it feels like it can be in a setting and be reasonable. So we have page 4. I almost messed up there. And then I'm going to roll a d4 and a d6. So row 4, column 3, polka dots. That's how the polka dot. Oh my. Oh, and they're that ugly green. After I just went on this rant about these colors being reasonable, this is not reasonable. This is not a reasonable pattern for this creature. This is turning out horribly. D6 for the page. Page 1. D6. D6 for the column as a 4 and a 1. Oh my gosh! And now he's got these weird sexagons. Actually, sexagons. Is that what they're called? They're not called sexagon. Hexagons. Hexagons. Pentagon is 5. Hexagon. Yeah. Okay. Maybe. Okay. Okay, well, it looks like a creature with a disease at this point. I'm really not happy with the polka dots. I feel like for the last creature of the series, for this to happen after such an interesting look, you know, and simplicity, and then this happens, I feel like I don't want to accept it. And because this is my creature and I create the rules, and one of the rules is that you can break the rules, I'm going to break the rules. I don't care what anybody says. I'm going to roll a d6. Again, I'm on page 3 on this second piece. I'm going to roll a d6 and a d4. And so now I have 3 and 4. What do we got? Oh my goodness. This is just... I mean, it's... No, actually, I kind of like this. I take back my... No, I like this because it looks like it could be part of a terrain that's like the soil is, you know, patchworks of, you know, dark soil and I don't know, like clay, and I don't know why it'd be pink though, but you know what I'm saying, like it could be a terrain pattern, and it lives on a planet where the rocks and the terrain is this sort of tone, and so it blends in with the surface texture of the planet, which would be something like that. So I feel like this works for me. I'm going to move forward. I mean, if I wanted to change anything, it would probably be this pink. Now, I'm just out of curiosity. I will roll a d20 in this case just to see what happens. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So that wouldn't help anything. I mean, these colors are just way too much. And you have to be building a bluish creature. You have to be building a greenish creature, right? I feel like that's the only way you're going to have these strong highlights be meaningful to the design. That's just not cool. Let's go brown and gray just out of curiosity, and then I'm just going to settle with, there's no brown, you know? Like, how do I get a variation? How do I get a variation of this pink where it's a mix of these two browns? You know, there's no brown. This is goddamn pink. Okay guys, I need a name for the creature, and that is on a website for the website's name is Fantasy Name Generators, and it just generates a ton of stuff. I use the species name generation page. It gives me 10 options. I roll a d10 and I take the option I roll, which is 7 here. Can I pronounce it? One rule is I have to be able to pronounce it, or I'm not going to use it, because I might want to do something with these creatures in a later day. I want to be able to write them and pronounce them. So, Islevet. Here, I'll show you guys what it is, but I'm not going to keep it because Islevet. It's just a little too. It's a little too off. I wish this generator used did mashups of oh my gosh, how did I forget, like syllables, like did mashups of syllables a little bit differently. Like for example, they didn't use Y so often to replace a vowel, because I think that's what they're doing, and I think that's what's messing up a lot of these names. Now this name is cool and it's pronounceable. It doesn't really fit this creature, but Crovos, I feel like that would fit something that had like a crow in it or something like that. But Crovoses, Crovises. And can I say the plural name of the creature? That's also one of these rules that I started to use. So if a creature has like an S at the end, but I don't need it to be there. The S is like the plural of the creature, so this might just be a Crovo, but plural is Crovos. You get it? But Crovoses, Crovos, like a Crovos. A Crovos. But I like the sound of that as a singular, so I'm going to keep it. The Crovos. Let's go on a test drive. Take a look around, buddy. You're in a new world now. And I love that the feet ended up the duck feet, you know? And I think that's why I enjoy that this creature ended up simple, is because it had some unifying pieces to it, and it all worked out. Now I feel like there was a way to change the landscape. Oh yes. You see, changes everything, baby. Look at that. You know what? That's it. He's gonna be a Mars. Look at that. Yeah, you're happy, huh, buddy? Yeah, this is a new world right here. It's all new world. Okay, so we got. Let's do some. Let's check out how he calls his mates. Let's see how it sits. That's good. That's my dog dreaming right now. What you're hearing, right there. You hear that? Wait for it. Wait, he's not doing it anymore. Okay, I think he's come out of it. Alright, let's do... Well, I've been skipping this one because I thought that was the flip, and it's actually the roar. And I like it. Oh, there's different roars? Did I... Oh, there's different animations for different roars? I didn't know that. I would have kept clicking. Okay, and then there's the dance, which... Always fun. Always fun. I spend way too long here, and I have to cut around it because it's just way too much fun. Oops, I meant to move you, buddy. Go back to that groove. You've just give her. Don't worry about who's watching. Don't worry about who's watching. You just let loose, man. And then there's, of course, I love when it does that little. Oh, that always gets my dog though. There. Oh, I definitely heard that and woke up. All right, let's see. Let's do a ta-da moment. Ta-da! All right. And sumo. So Cutie is becoming one of my favorites because of, especially when they have arms, because they go, you know. So that's always always fun. I know, buddy. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm gonna save you though. I might come back. You might end up in the playthrough. And then of course there's. Ooh, I like what happened to the eyes there because there's 4 of them. They all kind of extended out right. That was pretty cool. And then I just ended with the happy. That way it's on a positive note. You know what I'm saying? It's on a positive note. And that's it. That might be the last episode of verbal kind of let's create with XCI for the time being, and because I want to try to play it this weekend. I'm gonna get into the weekend and give it a go round. Anyways, that's it for now. Don't forget to explore, engage, and inspire, folks. I will see you next time in the next Let's Play video of Spore or Dragon Age. Peace, everybody. I almost didn't save him. Stupid. There we go. Okay, we good. Peace. There he is. I've always liked this screen. I've had this screen mess up on me. Why am I still talking? This show is over. Alright. Okay, now for sure. Bye, everybody.